A few years ago, there was a young freshman in high school. He was sitting in the back of his ag class while the teacher was going over the FFA creed. He would ask students to stand up and start saying the creed in front of the whole class. Shy and completely petrified of the slim chance he might have to do this nerve-wracking public speech, he slowly sunk down into his chair, hoping the teacher would not spot him. Unfortunately, the kid wasn't so lucky. "Kid," the teacher shouted to him, "now it's your turn." The boy quickly replied, "Do I have to?" Without missing a beat, the teacher said, "You don't have a choice. You will say the creed." "But I don't remember any of it." The teacher quickly came over to the boy and said, "Don't lie to me. You remember all of it. How about you just say it to me?" The boy said, "I guess I could work." He quietly began saying the creed at his desk. After he finished, the teacher said, "Good job. Now stand up." The kid nervously stood up by his desk, and then the teacher told him to say the creed again. "I believe in the future of agriculture." The boy said the creed again, much to his amazement. And once again, the teacher said, "Good job." Then the teacher pulled the boy's arm and led him to the podium in front of the classroom. "Turn your back to the class and face me. Now say it again." The boy was going nuts at this point. He had to say the creed again, but this time in front of the class. But at least he didn't have to see them watching him. After the boy said the creed for the third time, the teacher patted him on the back and then turned the boy around to face the class. And he said, "Now say it again, but this time in front of the whole class." The boy had never been so nervous in his life. But luckily, he managed to pull it all together and say the creed in front of the whole class. Believe it or not, that is a true story about yours truly. That day, I began the process of getting over my fear of public speaking, all thanks to the help of my ag teacher, Mr. Ron Mears. He taught me a very valuable lesson that day that I still think of today. Courage isn't about being fearless, it's about overcoming your fears. I never would have had this experience if I never had joined FFA. Having been a member of FFA all through high school and now as a state officer, I've seen FFA members all across the state having life-changing experiences themselves. Whether it's overcoming fears or learning something new and exciting about themselves, FFA members continue to gain courage to overcome their fears and continue to grow into the future leaders of our country. My high school chapter, there was a friend of mine who wasn't much of a people person. They were shy and quiet most of the time. But thanks to all the contests and banquets and other random events, that person is now more of a people person than they ever were. They looked their fear in the eye and realized that it wasn't really a big issue, so they overcame it. A few months ago at Ag on the Hill, there was a young member from Orlando that spoke in front of a committee of state representatives, as well as other members at the Capitol. The member began her speech very quietly, and you could tell she was nervous. As the speech went on, you could tell she was getting more and more confident and less scared as she was going. She was starting to speak up so everybody could hear her powerful voice. She quickly overcame her fear of public speaking and grew new confidence in herself. Those are just a few examples of some courageous steps FFA members have taken to overcome their fears. So go ahead and pat yourselves on the back for all the hard work you've done to overcome your fear. Overcoming that fear may have made you district, state, or even national champion. Maybe a chapter officer, or maybe helped you gain a new confidence in yourself. Whatever the reward may have been, congratulations. 40% of people are scared of public speaking. If you're among those 40%, FFA can help you get over that fear. If you don't have a high confidence in yourself, FFA can help you gain a huge confidence. Whatever your fear or weakness may be, being a member of FFA gives you an opportunity every day to get over that fear. If you think I'm not right, then by all means ask one member in one of these 50 FFA jackets, because all of them have their own story on how FFA helped them step up to the plate and face their fear. All the growth and knowledge you will gain in FFA is simply amazing. But you won't achieve it if you don't stop to look your fear in the face. John Wayne once said, courage isn't being scared to death, it's saddling up anyway. Some of our fears are tissue paper thin, and a single courageous step would carry us through them. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to let your fears master you, or will you face your fears so that you may overcome them? It's up to you. No one can face your fears but you. Your ag teacher will be your saving grace in this matter. They'll be the ones pushing you to encourage you to face your fears. In many cases, they have walked in your shoes and know why you're scared of that certain fear because they themselves have been scared of the very same thing. All you can do is face your fear and believe in their teachings. Be sure to thank them, because one day you'll know that you never could have gotten this far without them. Remember that you have to face your fear to become the person you want to be. Take it from me and the other FFA members across the nation that have all taken that courageous step to overcome their fears. It's scary, but not impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to come speak to you. You guys are some of Florida FFA's best. Thank you for all your hard work in the classroom and in contest. Thank you once again. I hope you all have a fantastic day.